Hi there. In this video, I'm going to share a little bit with you about what's kind of in this field and this discussion around being neurodivergent, being different, and how society might be perceiving you or projecting onto you or your children this fear around being different. Now, my name is Christy Whistler, and I am an intuitive, an astrologer, and I'm also the mom of two very unique children who are both neurodivergent. And this video is actually a tent talk, and I filmed it in October 2023, but because of life and the holidays and just my own stuff that I was going through, it just this video just didn't get out to you until now, when the time is really feeling right to start having this conversation, or at least the seed that was being planted in a new way for me back in October, which was right at that Libra solar eclipse, which I'll talk about that a little bit in the video itself. But obviously I needed a new introduction because this is now in January 2024, as opposed to when I originally filmed it. The astrology is still very important that I talk about, and the themes or the stories that I was sharing, in some ways it was almost like me having a conversation to myself in the future. So it just needs to be as it is, and I'm just going to trust in the timing of everything. And also to say as well that I'm getting this out to you. Sorry, gardener. So we have the Capricorn new moon on January 11th, 2024 at 20 degrees Capricorn, which is very interesting, as this is the same degree where we had the Saturn-Pluto conjunction January 11th, 2020, which was the lead-in to of course what ended up happening with the pandemic and the government control. So we're looking back to that period of time and that cycle, and for me that big cycle had to do around neurodivergence and my children being different, and then this not being understood by society. And so we have Pluto right now in this last degree of Capricorn, 29 degrees, just ready to go into Aquarius, but we're not there yet. And what that's really meaning is this breaking down of all the systems in society or institutions, educations, okay? These top-down structures, how are they not working? And then, of course, Aquarius is all about this energy of being progressive, being different. It's a very revolutionary, forward-thinking energy, and we're entering into this period of time where that's going to be even more pronounced. And this conversation of neurodivergency, again, being different, being unique, almost experimenting in the ways of who we are is really going to be highlighted in a bigger way. And so this is kind of why I was really starting to get nudged that I needed to share this video with you. To put this first seed out there and not just kind of like keep it in my digital closet, hidden away, so to speak. And also to share as well that it was during this particular trip at Calaveras Big Tree where I was given the words Sacred Sentinel to represent the work that I was doing for my children, and that I hope to be doing for all of you out there as well, who are different and who may not be able to really speak up for yourself, or to have allies alongside you and seeing you and supporting you. So I do hope you enjoy the video. and I'll just trust in the timing and perfection of everything. So yeah, thanks for being here. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so there's quite a few things in this that I would like to weave with you that have been slowly presenting themselves, and it's just perfect that it's come together again right after this eclipse in Libra, and I'm filming this on blue galactic eagles, so in the galactic Mayan. So what this means is being able to see everything from this higher perspective, and for them that more global, wider viewpoint. So it's just perfect. I'm filming this from Calaveras, Big Tree State Park in California, and you're going to be hearing my children are around. Someone's parking their very big RV, so you might hear some of that. And there's bugs, so if I'm swatting flies, well, there you go. Anyway, so let's get into this. I do have some notes that I've taken to help me lead you onto this journey. So I actually had this real initiation around my voice just this morning, where I did the astrology transmission that I'm sharing for the eclipse journey, and all of a sudden it wasn't good enough. Hey, you. It wasn't good enough. And I was getting very self-critical of my voice, and oh, I left this out and didn't do this. So this was, of course, perfect, considering that Venus, who is the ruler of the South Node of Libra, is opposite to Saturn right now. And she's in Virgo. So again, here comes this self-critical nature, and Saturn is like, no, you can do it better. I also have some of my own personal astrology that's up. And just as a side as well, if you...
Can I have some clean water?
Okay. I'm sure parents, you know exactly what those kind of moments are when you're focusing on something and trying to do something, and then comes the interruption and the breathing through moment of it. So, just as a quick aside, if you have a birthday between 1971 and 1984, and give or take at the end of those spectrums, you have Pluto in Libra. And so as the south node of the moon moves through Libra, at one point it's going to be conjunct your natal Pluto. So have a look at your birth chart and see when this is up for you, because it's going to be bringing up this very deep, unconscious reaction from the past, coming from the very soul itself. And because it's unconscious, it's really hard to see. So have a look at your chart and see how this mirrored reflection might be coming up through the other. And I'm going to lead you in a little bit of what this experience was like for me, and how it's, again, weaving in with this video right here. And so society and people, they tend to attack what is different, or they're afraid of what's different, or project some of their own unconscious beliefs, or how they might have been suppressed and repressed in their early childhood. And so I had this very unique experience on, around October 10th, which is when Pluto, who's in the last degrees of Capricorn, stationed direct. And I'm at this homeschool park day experience, and all of a sudden it was like I had to really step in and almost guide/guard Eric a little bit more. His differences were being pointed out and picked out, and there wasn't this understanding or wanting to understand him. Instead, it was the opposite. And that was very hard for me, because that was a reflection of many years of my raising him when he was younger, especially by society, by the people around me, because he didn't conform to what people consider good children to be and to do, which is, you know, always do as you're told. And he's this little being who's just like, no, I'm going to show up exactly as who I am, and you're going to have to get over that. You know, so it was very highlighted for me, and I'm wanting people to understand him and to move into that space of wanting to understand him and to meet him where he's at. And so on our journey up here, we stopped in this one like old mining town, and this gentleman, he's probably in his 20s, rode up to me on a scooter and he wanted a picture. And I had a lot of unconscious reaction coming through. And I was not feeling safe, and I had to really reflect on that, of why that was the case. Now, there's a couple different reasons for me. You know, one is I'm a woman, and a man comes up to really initiate and kind of move into my space, and I hadn't given an allowance for that. But the other was, he was different. You know, you can just feel that about people. We're like, yeah, there's something not, you know, normal. And I had to like lean into my own discomfort. And, you know, in retrospect, I was like, gosh, you know, here I was just a few days ago wanting people to accept Eric as he is. And then I'm having this hard time accepting this person who is being very kind, but kind of coming into my space a little bit more than I had given allowance for him to do that. So I had to look at myself. And it's like, gosh, if I want other people to do this, like, I got to do my bit too. And so I did choose kindness, but I did hold some boundaries of what I was okay with and what wasn't. And then he rode off on his skateboard. And then as I was following, because I had to catch up to Sean and where the kids were, there were these two older ladies, and one of them just yelled out at him like, you need to be wearing a helmet. And meanwhile, this is somebody who's in his 20s. And then they were judging and projecting because he was wearing glasses, but there was no lens. It was just tape. And I was just like, oh, this is so interesting. Like, this is how we act when we are afraid of something that's different. Sorry, I had to shift the camera as the sun was coming right on, and I didn't want you guys to get blinded. But that is, as I shared this experience with Park Day at Eric, and then this other older person on this, you know, on his skateboard, perfect example of what some of this South Node in Libra can really be bringing up for us at this time, especially with Pluto being square to the moon's nodes. So this real cataclysmic uprising really coming through of where we need to change in our society, in our structures that is not working. And Pluto is going to dig deep, whether we want it to or not. And then the choice becomes, are we going to move with this energy and flow with it, or are we going to resist it? And it's when we resist that we have that more bigger cataclysmic eruption, transformation that will take place. So some of these reflections that can be coming through for you around the South Node in Libra with that Pluto and Capricorn, how might our voice have been repressed by society? What was allowed and was not allowed? How are we expected to behave? To be nice and kind, to not rock the boat, always toe the line. Because Libra is learning balance, learning about equality and fairness between the group and the relationship with others and our own unique selves. And with Pluto having stationed, we're really going to feel that Pluto energy. It's going to be magnified in our whole collective field. Now, when we start to come in and weave in with this children and the people who are not understood by society and culture, again, as I said, Pluto's coming in to say, this bit of society, this way of doing things, this ain't working, and I'm going to change it. And then we have these people, people are like Eric who are coming in and they're like, no, this is exactly who I am. And you can take it or you can leave it, but I will not conform. And so how can we start to support them in being their unique selves, to heal our voice, to stand up for them who may be actually voiceless? True justice, true equality. This is really moving into what it means to be the knight, the one who goes when something scary knocks on the door and opens it to see what's there and protect those behind us. That is this energy that we're on this journey to reclaim. And these individuals who are different, they're not playing the old game of the world. They might not even be recognizing that the game even exists. They are just showing up as themselves. Now, bringing in as well is we can have this healing of our own trauma at this time, of our own wounded inner children. Chances are, if you're watching this video, you are someone who is sensitive in some way. You are unique, you are different. You may not be neurodivergent or on the spectrum or have a diagnosis, and yet you may have gone through life being incredibly sensitive, maybe to emotions, to energy. Maybe you've spent most of your life masking your true self in order to fit in with the crowd, with others, Libra, and not following your unique self, your unique path and way of being, which is in Aries, and that is our north node is in. So we're moving into this Aries energy. But first, there can be this deep reviewing of the past. We have to go back. What is coming up from our unconscious, from these deep wounds that we need to see? And when we see them and heal them, that is what is going to really open up for us this new direction, this power that we have that is part of our being and our voice. Now, the other last bit that I'd really like to weave in with you is this re-entering into dream time. And my teacher, Padma Kandra, is going to be speaking about this more during the eclipse journey. And this lost part of ourselves, that's Kate, wanting to be part of the video, this grandmother energy, this returning to dreaming, to this aspirational field of what is possible. And that's so much of what these children and those who are unique and different are bringing to us. What does it mean to be different? Can we let go of these old constraints of the past, these old expectations, obligations put on us by society? And can we open up into what is possible? What is actually possible for ourselves and our children, and how can we as parents, as grown adults and individuals, stand up for them? speak up for them, do our healing first, and then step forward and be that defender, be that knight in shining armor, to go where no one else will dare go, not stand up for true justice, this true equality, and what is going to be coming in next. Because, you know, for me too, like, I am reclaiming what it means to dream. How it was not safe in the past to dream, this energy has been severed from my being and my understanding, and so I'm also, along with my voice, moving into reclaiming what it means to dream, what it means to go with the flow and be receptive to life, to nature, to the children, and what they're bringing through. So I do hope this was helpful. You know, as always, please leave a comment below, and know that if you are one of those people who are misunderstood, who found that your life hasn't been safe because you are different, please know that you are seen and you are not alone. And if there's something that we can do to, you know, witness for you, please leave a comment. And just know that you are seen and you are acknowledged, and let's start to move into this new co-creative journey together and see what unfolds. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I'm kind of laughing a little bit because I seem to be like trying to run away from the gardeners and the loud blowing leaf blowers that they have, and it doesn't seem to be working. Anyway, I'm just going to trust the timing and everything. So if you are needing support, especially if you are someone who is different, or if you have children who just, their brain just works differently in their own unique ways, and you want to understand more about them, please reach out. I am finding that astrology birth chart readings are so supportive to helping parents understand their children and who they are. And then if you're unique and different, it's like another lens and this validation for you to be who you are, and how your brain works and all the quirks and all that fun stuff, and how you might as well be able to communicate how you function to other people who may not understand. So astrology birth chart readings, I truly highly recommend those. As well as the, sorry, I'm just kind of like putting it in my brain. There is a quantum transfiguration session that's happening by my teacher, Padma Kandru. This is a quantum healing modality that I have been studying in, and she's offering a public session around these issues of neurodivergence, and again, the societal perceptions and judgments that may have come with that. So that's happening on January 24th at 6 p.m. UK time. And I'm going to go ahead and link below to their website. So if you want to find out more of even what is quantum transfiguration, is right for you, know that the timing of all this is happening. It's really coming together in a beautiful way, which was the universe also pushing me to actually put this video out there and not just keep it hidden. Again, in my digital drawer, so to speak. But I will be there on that session, and I will be one of the quantum space holders and vacuum cleaners for anything that's ready to go, and probably even sharing as well. Right, sharing as well areas where I've been stuck and blocked in my voice, and really standing up for my children to be who they are, and for even me to be who I am, as in all my little quirks, you know, sensitive and so forth, and emotions. Anyway, so that's all below. If you would like to get in contact with me, you can go to my website if you're interested in a session or so forth, or my website. And please like and subscribe, do all the things, leave a comment, hit that thumbs up button. It really does help me to get this out there to more people like you. So thank you for being here. Thank you for your patience. I know it's been a while since I've posted. I do hope that I will be sharing more in the months to come, especially when it feels like the time is right. Anyway, have a wonderful day. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.